What's going on, everybody? Justin here. The Winds of Change is the channel name. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to see what I got to say about reselling, side hustles, and life in general. Today we're going to take a look at what I have in this box. I'm sending this into Amazon FBA, and I got the items from 3 different stores: TJ Maxx, Ollie's, and Bargain Hunt. Before we take a look at what is in the box, though, let's see how much profit it's going to bring. Here's my inventory lab breakdown of the shipment. Here's the amount of different items I have. So 8 different items, 28 total items, and all that means is that some of these items are multiples. Sales rank 52,000, which for everything in there is really good. 52,000 is pretty good for everything I sell. Different categories have different sales ranks that are good. 52,000 is just about perfect for everything that I have in here. Total sales, $595. So this is what I have it listed for. If everything sells what I have it listed for, this is what I'm going to sell them all for. Here's how much I paid for it, and then here's my net profit. So I spent $156.95. Hopefully I sell everything for $595.26 or around there. And the profit I'm going to make is $221.80. $220 is pretty dang good for the amount of work that I put in here. So the power of part-time reselling, or just retail arbitrage in general, even if you're doing this full-time, is that you can do it and incorporate it into your daily tasks. So for example, I was taking my daughters to my mother's house, who lives about an hour away. So after I dropped them off, it's a perfect opportunity to hit up some stores around the area. So I went to the 3 different stores: the Ollie's, the Bargain Hunt, the TJ Maxx. Took about 2 hours, right, looking through all those stores, and I came up with this one box that's going to profit about 220 bucks. That's not bad for a couple hours worth of work. So let's go ahead and take a look in what I picked up. Let's look at Bargain Hunt first. Not all of you may have a Bargain Hunt in your area. I haven't seen any other YouTubers or anyone really talk about Bargain Hunt too much. I think they're more down south, but I'm not positive. I am in Ohio, and there's some here in Southern Ohio, and I'm glad for it because I find some really good stuff there sometimes. It's just another discount store like Ollie's. So let's take a look at some of these things I got. Look at this here. Victor Allen Indulgent White Chocolate Caramel Cappuccino Single Serve. This is an awesome find. I'm so excited about this find, right? It's because I've sold these before, and they've sold really well. Last time I sent in 3 because that's all I could find. This time, unfortunately, I could only find 3 of this flavor as well. But look at the profit they bring in. I'm paying $12 for these things, and they're selling for $40. Now, the last time I sold them, they were selling for $45, but the price went down a little bit. Still, look, $12 is what I'm putting into it, selling it for $40, $16 profit. That's pretty sweet. And they're a 20,000 seller rank. These things are going to go off the shelf like hotcakes. Look at the Keepa graph. You can see here all these down dips in the green are all sales. So it looks like it's selling for 35 pretty regularly, and then it's gone up here into the January months. Listen, if you're not checking out food, if you're not ungated in food, you need to get ungated, or you need to start checking it out. Try some food out. It might auto ungate you. Who knows, depending on your seller score and stuff like that. But you need to make sure that you put an expiration date on these things. You need to also make sure that the expiration date is within the allotted amount of time that Amazon gives you. So when you're at bargain hunts and Ollie's and all these different discount stores, you're going to come across some food that can make you some money, but unfortunately, it's going to be bad before you can actually sell it, right? So you're not going to be able to send it in because it's going to go bad before it even gets there within the next month or something like that. So you have to skip over it. But when you do find stuff that makes a great profit, like you spend 12 and you profit 16, and it's within the expiration date that Amazon allows, then you're in for some good stuff. Next thing we have here from Bargain Hunt is this Clorox Fragrantia. They're smelly bead things. Look at this. I'm paying $3 for these things, and they're selling for $18.99. Now, I've sold a bunch of these for $14, $15. But now, as you can see, they're selling for $18.99. And why can't I buy them over here? This is something to keep in mind. Sometimes if the price is higher than what Amazon thinks it should be, they'll actually hide the buy box. So like there is no buy box on this, right? There isn't a buy box. So if you were just going to pull up on this, like over here, here's the buy box, add to cart, buy now. Over here, you don't have that. So what somebody's going to have to do, what a customer's going to have to do is go to see all buying options. Then they're going to have to go down here and find something, right? So they're selling for $18.99, and you can see that they are selling. Huh, well, maybe not. Maybe I'll eat my words right there. Maybe they just have them listed for $18.99. So it just went up right today to $18.99. So it looks like they are selling for about $14.80. You know what? I'm pretty sure those were actually my sales because I just had some sales recently. So at any rate, $14.80 probably gets the buy box. You can see right here, buy box $14.80. The $18.99, I'm assuming that they are selling for that. They're just not getting a buy box. Anyway, you cut it though, this is a good deal. So even if you do $14.80, you're still spending $3 and making $4.40 at a 1,715 seller rank in automotive. So they're definitely listed in the wrong category. They didn't used to be listed in this category. Somebody's doing some funky stuff somewhere. So there's definitely some weird things going on with that one, which is why I brought that up so that we could look at that together. Now I know that those are going to sell because, like I said, I've sold plenty of them in the past. Never really looked at the keeper graph though, honestly, which I typically do. So we just got to look at that together, right? Behind the scenes. Let's take a look at what I picked up at another store, Ollie's. So here we have some Olay Calming Face Moisturizer. Now I was only able to pick up about 5 of these, and they were $3.59. So if you look, they're selling for $14.99. I paid $3.59, so I'm going to make $5.60 off each one. That's pretty good, right? That adds up quick. If you were able to find 10, 15, 20 of these and send them all in, that's going to be some pretty good money for a side hustle. And even if you're doing it full time, a few $100 is nothing to laugh at when you get it several times a week from one item. So here's the keeper graph. Looks like Amazon was selling it a while ago back in November. They've been out since like December, and it's selling consistently between 13, 14, 15. So I don't have any fear that this is going to sell for the $14.99 that I put it in there for. You have to be careful when you're in bargain stores like Ollie's, because with that Olay, there were more that I could have gotten if the boxes weren't damaged. So clearly they had gotten the case pack at Ollie's and somebody had taken it with a knife and they just cut it open, the whatever the taping was or something like that was holding it together, and they had cut down the middle of several boxes. So then I can't buy those and resell those, right? Because the box is all the way cut. So make sure you're not just grabbing the little pallet, because a lot of times at Ollie's they'll have like 10 or 15 in a little pallet. You don't just want to grab that whole pallet and then expect that they're all going to be in the same condition. You actually want to check them. Let's check out one more thing that I want to show you from TJ Maxx. And this is just one more type of item that I have in this box here. This is some foundation, some powder foundation. I picked this up at TJ Maxx. It's Sephora, right? A lot of people know Sephora. I think I had to apply to get ungated this, and I believe I was auto approved. And if you want to know how to get auto approved, I'll leave the link down below to the video I made about that. So sometimes Amazon, based on your seller history, would just auto approve you. Anyway, I'm approved now, and I'm paying $6 for these. I got several of them, and we're going to make $9.86. When you get powder foundation like this, you want to make sure that it's not cracked, it's not tore up. And sometimes I'll even put these in like bubble wrap, right? Amazon doesn't request it, but I still put it in there. Now this is in a hard plastic case, so I actually didn't put these in there. But if I would get a pallet that was like cardboard, I would definitely put it in bubble wrap. These I did not because they're pretty sturdy. So $22, paying $6, we're making $9.86. Now, if you look at this keeper graph for 3 months, somebody may say, oh man, nobody's buying those. That's a slow seller. Well, from experience, I know that these are selling. I've sold some and very quickly. And if you look, let's look at the month. There's not a lot of people selling them. There's 5. And now there's 2. Now there's one. So it almost leads me to believe that when people have them, they are selling, and then they sell out, right? Because they were sold out here, and as soon as they came back in stock, they dropped down. Now they're out of stock, so the seller rate, the seller rank is going back up. And you can look here; there are only, one person selling it, two people selling it. I'm sorry, the buy box, and then down here. So it'll be 3 with me on it, right? So competition is not too heavy, and like I said, I believe that they are being sent in, sold as soon as they're in there, and that's why there's not a lot of down dips, because they're not available a whole lot of the time. And those are some of the highlights from that box that is going to profit me about 222 about 220 bucks. And it only took me a couple hours, about 3 hours altogether to put that thing together. A couple hours at the store, about an hour to prep it, taped it up, put a label on there, and it's already at the UPS store, right? So as you can see, you don't need to dedicate your whole day to retail arbitrage. You can pick up things here and there. You could dedicate your whole day if that's what you want to do and you have time for it, but not all of us do. So you can dedicate some time to it and box it up and ship it out, and then you don't have to worry about it again because Amazon's going to take care of it. And that's the power of FBA. I love it for a big business model, and I love it for a small business model. Thanks everybody for stopping by. If you liked the content here, make sure to let me know down in the comments. Hit the thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe if you would be so kind, and I'll catch you guys next time.